Hi everyone. So someone earlier requested on my blog that I show some techniques on how to make pockets for mini albums. So I'm going to share one of my favorite pocket designs, which is this one right here. Real cute, and I'm going to do a different sized one here. So what you need is a 6x6 piece of manila cardstock, and just cut that in half. So cut it at 3 inches. Oh, sorry, my paper's crooked here. Actually, I'm going to do it at 3.5. I'm going to fill this one up with quite a bit of tags. Okay, so I cut that at 3.5. Now I'm going to stick it back in there, and I'm going to go down to 3 inches. Make sure this is nice and straight. Then I'm just going to score it. So now I've got a nice score line. That's where I'm going to fold. And remember that wherever, say I scored this on the top, so I'm actually going to fold it this way. So kind of the hump of the score is on the inside of the fold. And you want to do that because if you do it the other way, that crease is eventually going to tear. So I'm going to zoom in here a little bit. And next, let me bring my paper cutter back here. You're going to go to 3.25 inches, and you're going to make another score, and then flip it over and do the same thing on this side at 3.25 inches. You want to take some scissors and you're going to cut one side of that score you made. And I'm cutting a little bit past the score line. Just barely. You don't want to go too far. And the reason I'm doing this is because when you fold this over and then you glue those flaps back, it won't warp the paper. And do the same thing on this side, and you don't have to cut so much to the inside of the score as the other side. Okay. Now what you want to do is take a circle punch, and I'm not sure what size this is. It looks like it's 2.5 inches. And take a piece of scratch paper and punch a hole out, or punch a circle out. Then on the side that you left the flaps on, you're just gonna lay it on there and center it as much as you can. And I usually use about half of the circle. Then you're going to want to take a pen or a pencil, and I'm pulling this up just a little bit. Make sure there's an even amount of space on each side, and just trace that circle. You don't have to be too perfect. Then you're going to take your punch again, and you're going to stick it over that, and you're going to go just past the circle that you drew. Just a little bit, just so you remove that pen, because you really don't want it to show on your pocket. Now you're going to take your flaps and prepare them to be folded. then fold that in, take some adhesive. I'm just using some HEG tape because it works the best and it's real strong. And some adhesive in there. Then fold your flaps over. Then, if there's a little bit sticking over, you just take your scissors and trim it off. So now you have a neat little pocket. And what I did with this one was I aged it a little bit, and I just used the Tim Holtz brushed corduroy. So let me grab that so I can show you. And then you just rub it on the outside of your pocket. And I'm going to use my wet brush technique on this. I know you guys have seen it before. And I want to get the inside of that cut out. So what I'm doing is I'm pinching the sides in, and then now I'm just going to rub over it. And it gets it pretty perfect. So I'm going to grab a mister and a paintbrush. And I'm using the studio paintbrushes because they don't stain when you use them with ink. And I'm just going to spray that brush, but I'm going to do it over here so that it doesn't get on my project. So I sprayed it with water. And I've showed you guys this technique before, but I'm going to do it again really quick. And I'm just pulling that color out from that ink. And this makes the paper look really aged. It's so easy to do. Sorry, phone's going off there again. That just happened in a video I did earlier. Kind of embarrassing. Now I'm just going to take my brush and blend it in a little more into the card, or you can just spray it directly with some water and do the same thing. And I'm going to do it on this inside area as well. And then you could dry this with your heat gun or just let it sit and dry. And it will look like this when it's done. So, pretty neat. It's one of my favorite pockets. I hope you like it, and you can use any measurements you want to make this pocket as long as you leave a ½ inch room to make your flaps. Thanks, guys.